Hi guys, welcome back to the Fake Up series, and today I'm gonna review the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. It's really popular right now. Everybody wants to get their hand on this one, and I got this copy from aliexpress.com, and today I'm gonna review this particular palette and we'll see if it is a good copy or a bad copy. Disclaimer is, I'm not promoting fake makeups at all. I'm just reviewing these products because some of my viewers are actually interested to buy these kind of copy makeups, and they wanted me to review this kind of, fake copies, replica, or whatever you would like to call it for. So that is why I start this series, and today I present this Too Faced Sweet Peach eyeshadow palette, and it says it smells like peaches. So this is how the packaging looks like. It's quite similar to the original one. I got this product in about 15 to 20 days from AliExpress. Some people ask me how much time does it take. So for me, it always take at least 15 to 20 days. I have never received any product before 15-20 days. I think this is the minimum time they take to deliver it to India. Now the actual palette looks like this. The packaging is little similar, or I think it's quite similar to the original Too Faced one. It comes in this kind of tin packaging. It feels really bulky, so it's not made of very cheap one, but my palette doesn't close properly. You can see it's not something very closed properly. It's like from here you can see some flaws are there, so that is one of the thing. And also it has some kind of rust marks over there on the palette, so it's not a very perfect packaging. But if you look at it not so closely, then you would say, yeah, this is the original Too Faced Peaches palette which I'm holding. So that way it's pretty good. And this is how the palette looks like. One of the eyeshadow came broken actually when it came to me, but these are the colors. And this palette does not smell like peaches at all. It does not smell like that. But if you actually smell the original Too Faced one, it smells exactly like peaches. And this is what people are crazy about the Too Faced products, because if it's a chocolate palette, it smells like chocolate. If it's a peach one, it smells like peaches. It smells like a very regular cosmetic kind of fragrance it has. And these are the colors. They are not exactly the ones which you can actually see in the original one. Even if they look very similar to the one, the swatches are not exactly what you get to see in the Peaches palette. And we're gonna swatch all these colors, and also we're gonna do a kind of quick makeup tutorial using this particular palette, just to see how they exactly look on my eyes, what kind of color payoff they have, whether they are like worth buying or not, or all of that sort. So we'll see all this later, but first we'll start with the swatches. And since I don't own the real Too Faced Peaches palette, so what I'm gonna do is I'll probably take the swatches from the Too Faced site if I get it, and I'm gonna post it somewhere on the screen so you guys can actually see. But if I'm not able to do that, please go ahead and check out on the internet. The internet is full of the swatches, and then you can actually see if they are like similar or not. So here are the swatches of the very first row. We'll start from left to right, like from here till here. And the very first color is the white peach, which is obviously not very prominent. I don't know how it's gonna show up on my eyes, but when I swatch it using a finger, it doesn't show that much. The second color is the called Luscious, which came broken actually in my palette, so I couldn't swatch it. We'll quickly jump to the third one, which is called the Just Peachy, and it is barely visible on my arm. It has the poor pigmentation. It doesn't show up at all. The next one is called the Bless Her Heart, which should be a beautiful green color, which is actually Peaches palette has the kind of unique colors are something this pink and this green shade, but this green shade is literally a shitty shade. I can't see it on my hand, so again something very disappointed. The next shade is the Tempting, which is supposed to be a very dark black shade, but again something very chalky, very patchy, not liking it at all. And the last shade from the first row is called the Charmed, I'm sure. Again, something not similar to the original palette. It's mostly a very beautiful khaki black kind of shade, but on my arm it looks like a little brownie shade. So the first row actually disappointed me like anything. Let's start with the second row, and the first color is the Nectar one, which is a nice champagne color. And to be honest, the second row is actually showing up better than the first row. So the very first color is the Nectar, the second one is called the Cobbler, which is supposed to be a very beautiful and dark purpley kind of shade, and this is how it looks, not something which is actually in the original one. The third shade is called Candle Peach, which is supposed to be a very beautiful peachy shade, but if you look at it closely, it's not that bad either. The next one is called Bellini, which is actually not supposed to be a peachy shade, but here in this fake one it looks exactly same like the Candle Peaches. I don't see any difference in these two shades. The next shade is called the Peach Pit, which I personally like. It's a beautiful, very shimmery metallic kind of peach color, something which is probably the most pigmented in the whole one. And the last shade is called Delicatable, which is supposed to be a beautiful eggplant kind of shade. This shade is not bad either, but definitely not something which you get to see in the original one. So these are the all of the swatches from the second row. Now let's move on to the last row of this palette, and the first shade is called Peaches and Cream, which is barely visible on my hand. The second one is called Georgia, which is again something I really can't say it. The third shade is called Caramelized, and this is the only metallic shade in this whole row, and which is something visible. The next one is called Puri, again something not visible on my hand. The second last is called Samayam. Okay, I can just pass this, but again not something very flaunting shade. And last is the color called Talk Derby to Me, a very patchy kind of matte black shade in this palette. So I would say only the metallic shades are something which are actually showing up, but the matte shade has the most poor pigmentation I have ever seen. They are barely showing up on my skin. I'm really not sure how they're gonna show up on my eyes. So these were the swatches of all the shades which are available in this fake Sweet Peach palette. Guys, this is how this fake Sweet Peach palette look on my eyes. I'm highly disappointed with this one. I think this is probably the worst quality that anybody can ever make, or any worst copy of any high-end palette. None of the colors are flaunting, matte colors don't show up. This palette nowhere matches to the exact, the original Sweet Peach palette. I'm not sure about what is the quality of the palette which is available on Instagram, because this is something I bought from AliExpress, and I really want to tell you guys that do not buy this particular one, because this is literally a shitty product. If any of you has ever purchased a fake copy of Sweet Peach palette from any Instagram seller, let us know in the comment section what you think about it, whether that one is also exactly shitty like this one, or that one is little better. We really want to know. but from AliExpress, don't buy. It's really bad. I don't think I would ever gonna touch this particular palette because it's doing absolutely nothing. None of the colors are actually looking properly. Peaches don't look like peach, brown don't look like brown. They just ended up mixing together, and it's a very muddy kind of eye makeup that is actually on my eyes right now, and I hate it to the core. So yes guys, that was all about my review on Fake Up makeup on the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, which is a copy of the original Too Faced Peach palette. I don't like it. I don't suggest it to anybody. First of all, I don't suggest to buy fake ones, and this is something I say do not buy. So on that note, I take a leave now, but don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and also please subscribe to my channel in case you haven't done already, and I shall see you soon in my next video. Till then, you guys take care and bye bye.